This is episode 1832. Welcome to the Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm Mary Meckley, and congratulations for giving yourself permission to slow down and connect to the best part of who you are. In today's episode, we continue with our series this week about managing distress. Those times when you are experiencing such a rush of adrenaline that your body goes into flight or fight response. This is otherwise known as leaning out, which is the flight response that I shared with you in yesterday's episode. So if you're just joining us, you might want to go back and listen to yesterday's episode. In today's episode, you will discover how your body reacts to fight. This is the leaning in response to adrenaline rushing through your body. When you are experiencing this leaning in fight response, you want to feel safe. You need to know you are safe. And so you're willing to react dramatically in order to try to demand safety. You may yell, curse. You may throw things or hit things. This is a response to feeling so unsafe and so harmed. When you are feeling so distressed or triggered by something, adrenaline is coursing through you. You begin to breathe more shallowly, higher up in your lungs, and this cuts off a full dose of oxygen to where you're not breathing diaphragmatically, tapping into those blood vessels that carry oxygen to your cells. And with your shallow breathing, your heart begins to beat faster. And if your heart goes over 100 beats per minute, it impacts how well you tap into your frontal lobe. That's the part of your brain that is activated when you meditate. It helps you to manage your reaction to stress. It helps you to be able to think more clearly. So when your heart goes over 100 beats per minute, it's difficult to control your impulses. That's why you lash out, yell and hit, scream. And it also impacts your critical thinking. So you may be saying things that later on you don't even really remember saying, maybe terrible things. So your impulses and your critical thinking become impaired. You're just not able to access that frontal lobe as much. And so you're not able to control your impulses or your thinking. You can even freeze, where you feel as though you can't even think about what you should say or do. You begin to shut down your thoughts, and you may not even be able to talk. This is a primal panic. It's a biological response. And you can't really be forced out of it. What you can do, especially if you anticipate being triggered by something or being in a situation that causes you distress, you can begin to pay close attention to your breath. so that your heart rate stays calm and your breathing stays calm. And this will allow you to access the frontal lobe. A breathing technique that is simple to do is a technique where you inhale and exhale through your nose. And as you inhale, you visualize receiving peace and safety from someone you have confidence in. And as you exhale, visualize yourself giving them your gratitude. So it's a beautiful exchange of peace and safety. And this is what you so badly need when you are feeling distressed. What I do in a situation like this, I visualize my mom. My mom died, but I always feel a sense of safety and security when I think of her, because that's how I felt when she was alive. And so I'll visualize her as I inhale, and I visualize receiving the trust and confidence, that security and safety and peace I feel. And as I exhale, I give my gratitude and my peace back to her. Another thing I do is I visualize my favorite place to meditate, which for me is in my backyard, which backs up to a natural reserve. And I inhale and visualize the peace I receive from this area. I visualize the water birds wading in the cypress swamp behind my home, and the fragrance from the orange trees I often sit under as I meditate. And as I exhale, I visualize giving my gratitude and my own peace back to this area. So it is a receive and give meditation. Breathing technique I encourage you to do today as you sit down to meditate. Know that, as always, the full guided half-hour meditations are on the Sip and Om meditation app, which you can try out for 2 weeks free access to over 1,800 guided meditations on the app, as well as a journal and a slow down guide that's customized for the week's theme. So, to go a little more deeply into this series, you are invited to try the Sip and Om meditation app. For you settling down to meditate, as you inhale, visualize receiving peace, and as you exhale, visualize giving your peace. You are so worth slowing down for.